Ladies and gentlemen, this is an article that came out in Reuters. Now, I did a story on how low birth rate has hit Greece, and they have a population of about 10,000, but hardly no children. Well, Finland, even less people than Greece. Greece at least had 10 million. This country only has 5.5 million people. That is Wow, that is tiny. We got states with more people than 5.5 million. So, a very tiny place, and also struggling with low birth rate like most of the European countries. And Finland is definitely no exception. Record low birth rate threatens Finland's welfare system, finance minister. So they're struggling the same way most are, including America. They have a large elderly population and an extremely small population of the youth. So, a rapid decline in birth rate is threatening Finland's welfare system and public finances. The Nordic country finance minister, Petri Orpo, told Reuters in an interview. Now, wait until you hear their birth rate, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, I got it highlighted right here. That's how low it is. Finland's birth rate, or expected number of babies per woman, is forecast to fall to an all-time low of 1.43. They ain't never coming back, y'all. They are never, ever coming back. In order to sustain a population, you got to have at least a 2.1. And they are way below that, way below it. This year, from 1.87, which is still far below the 2.1, as recently as in 2010, according to the Statistics Finland. It invokes major concern over the sustainability of our welfare state, Orpo said, referring to a declining number of future taxpayers and finance generous public service for an aging population. Yeah, they're never going to make that up. And I don't even know how long they even keep immigrants. I know Greece, they kind of pass through there because their income sucks. So I don't know if it's any different in Finland. The average birth rate in the European Union is 1.6, which is, again, well below the 2.1 in 2016, while the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development group of mostly developed countries, it was a 1.7, according to the OECD. The number of Finns of work age is expected by the Statistic Office to fall by around 200,000 by 2050. Wow, that's all the people you have working in the country. Woo, man. Out of a current population of around 5.5 million, wow, they're tiny. Almost every third Finn would be over 65 by 2070. Orpo warned that this would eventually lead to higher taxes. Of course, it will. Higher retirement age and increased fees for services that are now heavily subsidized by the state, such as healthcare or daycare. Wow. Y'all, they are never coming back from this. It is clear that those in working life will bear a growing responsibility for those who are not working, he said. Finland was earlier this year ranked in the UN report as the happiest country on earth, although it has only recently returned to growth after a long period of stagnation. Orpo said that nowadays people in developed countries tend to postpone their baby plans, and the weakness in the economy may have been one reason behind the trend in Finland. It is striking in a way. Finland is ranked as one of the happiest and most equal countries on earth. So that part shouldn't be the problem. Working life is changing, but it has become more insecure with more uncertainty about the performance of one's job and with more temporary contracts. In the decade following the global financial crisis, Finland's economy struggled due to a string of external and internal problems, including a decline in Nokia, former mobile phone business, and recession in neighboring Russia. While the economy is expected to grow around 3% this year, Finland's employment rate lags at around 72% compared to 75% in neighboring Nordic countries. Orpo said the next government to be formed after election in April must address the population problem with policies that boost employment and help parents with young children. So what they're asking for essentially is leave for the father, so that it would be easier for the women to resume work after having children. Well, you should have put those policies in place before you had low birth rate. you know, Now they got low birth rate and they want to put all these family friendly policies in. And ladies and gentlemen, just like here, they want you to return back to work 6 weeks after giving birth. You can tell men wrote these policies. You can tell it was people that didn't give birth, because they would have sense enough to know that's not enough time. But another story of a European country that is very far behind the replacement rate. And believe me, he's one of many over there in Europe. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace, family.